Have you noticed that Bluetooth doesn't connect to every device? It searches, it looks, and then only connects with what's compatible. I think healthy relationships are a lot like that too. Welcome back to Coming Home Daily, a weekday devotional practice for intentional living. I'm your intentional living guide, Christian, and if you're ready, let's read. There's an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Yesterday, we talked about protecting your clarity. Today, I want to remind you that protecting your clarity doesn't mean isolating yourself. For a long time, I thought building quietly meant building alone. I'd work on ideas in silence. I'd wait until everything was polished before I shared anything. I'd convince myself that I was protecting what I was creating. And sometimes I was. But eventually, I realized isolation wasn't protecting me anymore. It was keeping me small. Community is something I'm deeply passionate about. I host it, I facilitate it, I intentionally seek it out for myself. Not because I believe we should depend on everyone else around us, but because I believe we were never meant to carry everything alone. Here's the thing. Yesterday, we talked about learning to trust yourself. And I believe the clearer you become in trusting you, the better you'll become at knowing who to trust. When you know your values, when you know your voice, when you know the direction you're moving, you become better at recognizing the people who support that journey. That's where Bluetooth came to mind. Bluetooth doesn't connect to every device it encounters. It searches, it waits, then it connects with what's compatible. I think we spend so much time asking, where are my people? The right people can't find a version of you that you're hiding, though. Am I showing up as my authentic self? Am I allowing people to know me? Am I creating opportunities for meaningful connections? The clearer you become about who you are, the easier it becomes for the right people to recognize you. Not everyone is going to understand your journey. Not everyone is meant to walk beside you. And that's okay. You don't need everyone. You need people who encourage your growth, people who tell you the truth with kindness, people who celebrate your joy, people who make it easier, not harder, to become who you're growing into. One of my teachers once shared something that stayed with me. Healing happens in communities because you weren't wounded in isolation. Now, that doesn't mean every community is healthy. It does mean that safe, intentional relationships become part of our healing, our growth, and our joy. The life you're creating doesn't have to be built alone. You deserve people who remind you of who you are when you've forgotten. People who hold hope for you when you're struggling to hold it for yourself. So today, don't confuse independence with strength. Real strength is knowing when to receive support. Stay open, stay connected, stay findable. Keep coming home to the people who feel like home. And here's your reflection question for today. Who in your life helps you to become more fully yourself? And how can you intentionally nurture that relationship this week? You can repeat this affirmation. I come home to relationships that support my growth. I release the belief that I have to do everything alone. I choose to remain open to meaningful connection. I welcome people who encourage me to become more fully myself. Thank you for joining me. And if this devotional has stuck with you, take it with you for today and subscribe so I can meet you back here tomorrow for the next episode of Coming Home Daily. And if you are ready to live a life more intentionally, grab my free intentional living starter kit below. It'll be linked in the description. One of the reasons I'm building what's coming this season is because some of these conversations are just better together. And so I'm creating a space where you can slow down, reflect, and share in community. More information will be coming soon. And until then, stay intentional and keep coming home.